Welcome to Thursday night deep stretch. My name is Niambi, and this is deep stretch with You Call This Yoga. So this evening we will just start down flat on our backs, if that's comfortable. Actually, as I'm thinking about it, I know sometimes flat is not the most comfortable, but maybe just a nice full body stretch to begin. Reaching one arm and one foot. Stretching the opposite arm and the opposite foot. And really just lengthening out your body if you've been at a computer all day or just even walking, driving, shoulders hunched up in any way throughout the day. Taking a moment to stretch and then just land on your mat in a way that's comfortable. And we'll begin to just notice your breath. No particular breathing pattern to start. Just breathe and settle into the mat. Notice how it feels when you fill up on the inhale. And notice what it feels like on the exhale. I'm going to take a nice full inhale. And then be sure to take a full exhale. Completely empty the lungs. And just notice if there's any tension in your shoulders. Maybe you reset your shoulders. Maybe you rock side to side a little to reset your hips. And let's just do a body scan before we get started to settle in. We're just going to take a few moments to take our energy, our thoughts, and our breath and move it through the different points and parts of our body. So let's just start at the soles of our feet. Feel the energy, the soles of your feet. Take a breath and allow the energy to rise up to the top of your feet, maybe through your toes. And take your energy to your ankles. Bring it up towards your shins. Feel it wrap around to your calves. And just breathe into it. Breathe into any sensations you may feel. And then we'll slowly come up to the knees, the kneecaps, the back of the knee joints, and breathe. Bring your energy up to your thighs, your quadricep muscles, around the back to your hamstrings. And just feel the sensations. Feel if there's any tension, and breathe. Then let's bring the energy up toward our hips, our hip flexors. up our glutes and feel those glute muscles up toward our stomach, around our lower back. Let's just take a breath here. Maybe one more. Feel the energy rise up to your rib cage. Feel it rise up to your chest area. Across the shoulder blades and maybe out to the arms. Come down the arms. Down toward the elbows. And breathe. Down toward the forearms. Down toward the wrists. Through to the hands. Out to the fingers. Release any tension. Reset if you need to. And then we'll take that energy back up the arms, toward the shoulders, up the neck, around to the chin, the jawbone, cheeks and mouth. And breathe. Take the energy up the face. Maybe you smile. Squint and release the face, the cheeks, any tension between the eyebrows. And then just envision all of the energy going straight out through the crown of your head and release. Let's just let that settle for a moment. On your next inhale, we're going to take 2 cleansing breaths. For the cleansing breath, we take a deep inhale, and then we sigh it out audibly with a So let's prepare. We'll take 1 deep inhale. Hold it, and then we sigh it out audibly. We'll do that one more time. Nice deep inhale. And sigh it out. Very good. And so now let's just draw our knees in. You can bend your knees up first, and then we'll draw in for a nice full wind relieving pose. You can either hold around the outside of your legs, or you can hold under behind your knees, whichever is more comfortable. And in your practice today, and let's just rock side to side, massage that lower back, really open up that midsection and just loosen it up a little bit. Maybe you take some knee circles, circle from side to side, at the top. And then maybe you pause at the top and take some knee circles in the opposite direction, if that feels good. And then squeeze in nice and tight. Maybe you point and flex the feet to help wake up the ankles. Notice if there's any tension in your shoulders, try and release it. Point and flex. Guys, keep going. Yep. Point and flex. around in a circle. Yep. And then you can lower the soles of your feet back down to the mat. Over here. Bring the soles of your feet back down to the mat. We're going to take your feet out hips width distance apart. And we'll take our arms out into a T and we'll slowly drop your knees down to the left for a spinal twist. You may need to adjust your shoulders when you come down. There's space between your knees in this twist. Your knees are not stacked. And then you can take your arms out into a T. And if you want the neck stretch, you can take your gaze over to the right. And then just settle in and find your breath. In deep stretch, we hold the poses from 2 to 3 minutes, anywhere up to 5 minutes. And that allows the body to release. It allows time and gravity to support the muscles releasing and really get into the tissues. And so that's what we'll do this evening. We'll move very mindfully. I am in Charlotte, North Carolina, and we are experiencing a cold snap right now. So our temperature dropped 30, 35 degrees earlier this week. And so just being mindful of how our bodies have to adjust to this change of season, and how that is reflective in life as well. Sometimes the changes are more gradual, and sometimes life will just drop us 35 degrees. And in those times, we can use our yoga, we can use our breath, and we can use our mindfulness to navigate those seasons of transition. So that's my focus and intention for class this evening. You can carry it with you if it resonates. If there's something else that's on your heart, you can carry that with you. And we'll just move mindfully and allow our bodies to do what they need this evening. So on your next inhale, engage your core, slowly draw your knees up through center. If you need to reset your hips, you can do that before we head to the other side. And when you're ready, drop your knees down to the right. Again, maybe reset your shoulders. And then take your gaze over to the left and settle in and find your breath. If it's in your practice, you can take your right ankle and anchor it on your left knee, and that will help deepen the stretch on this left side. You can also use your hands throughout practice if there's a muscle that is extra tight or there's tension, and really just massage into those spaces to help your body release. We have a few more moments here. Let's just breathe. One more breath. So your next inhale, if you took the bind, if you put your right ankle up, release that. Then slowly engage your core and bring your knees back up to center. And we will squeeze in again for another full wind relieving pose. And here I invite you to crunch up, maybe squeeze in, bring your head off the mat, bring your shoulders off, and really crunch in and feel that stretch in those ab muscles. And then release back down. And we'll do that one more time. On your next inhale, we'll crunch up, nice and tight. And release back down. So you bring the soles of your feet down to your mat, and we are going to stretch out, and we're going to go into banana pose. So in banana pose, you are making your body the shape of a banana. So you open your legs out the width of your mat, open your arms out the width of your mat. We're going to go in banana pose to the left first. So you'll bring your left foot and your left arm toward each other. You take your right leg and cross it over your left ankle, and then you bring your right arm and you can grab the right wrist with your left hand. So you're curving your body like the shape of a banana. And the deeper, the more you bring your feet and your arms toward each other, the deeper the side body stretch will be. So listen to your body, see what you need, go as deep as you need, and then just settle in and find your breath in banana pose. Remember that the breath is what makes yoga yoga. It is what sets yoga apart from exercise. And so our breath is our life force, and it helps us move through tension. It can help us move energy through our body, help us move through situations. So once you find these poses, be sure to find your breath. And take a few more breaths here. Two more. And one more. So your next inhale, slowly uncross your feet, release your ankles, and begin to shift back to center on your mat. And readjust however you may need to before we head to the other side. And when you're ready, you'll take the right leg to the right, right arm to the right, shift your body, and you take that left leg and cross it over the right, and take the right hand and grab the left wrist and create that side body stretch, that banana pose. And breathe. Notice if you are tensing up anywhere. I just noticed I was tensing up my shoulders. And just try to release it and send your breath there. Few more breath. So on your next inhale, you can uncross the ankles. You can release the wrists and come back to a central position. And then let's just squeeze in for one more full wind relieving pose before we rock up. And we're gonna rock up or make your way up, whatever way is most comfortable. And we're going to come to all fours, tabletop. We're going to do a few rounds of cat and cow. When you come to tabletop, you want to ensure that your shoulder over elbow, over wrist, hips over knees, and we'll take a few rounds of cat and cow. So with cow, you want to drop your midsection down. Really think pressing your heart forward. That's your inhale. On the exhale, you arch your back up like an angry cat. Take your gaze towards your belly button, the cat. Inhale, the cow. Exhale, the cat. Inhale, the cow. Exhale, the cat. And maybe here you take some hip circles, if that feels good. Any type of organic movement that will help wake the spine up as we begin our practice. You can go side to side, back and forth. Maybe some head circles. Now, once you have what you need, then we'll return to cat and cow. We'll take 3 more rounds at your own pace. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Very mindfully. And inhale and exhale. Very nice. So now from here, we are going to thread the needle, which is a shoulder stretch. So I'm going to turn this way just so that you can see me. So you'll bring your right hand down under your nose. You'll take that left hand up toward the ceiling, and then you'll slowly and gently thread it through so you come down on the left shoulder and take your right hand forward and just rest here. You can rest your ear on the floor, or you could bring your ear to a block. If you have blocks, that is a helpful prop here to help take some of the pressure off of that shoulder. So take your time, set up in a way that your body needs, and then settle in, and we'll breathe here. We'll take 2 more breaths here. One more. So take your right hand and slowly press up. Take the left arm, bring it back up just to counter that stretch. And then bring that left hand down, replace it where the right was, and we'll take the right hand up for a nice stretch, open up the chest. And then we thread it through, come down to that right ear, stretch that left hand forward, and breathe. Continue to breathe. A few more breaths here. Two more. One more. Very nice. So take the left hand and slowly press up, unwind. We'll go back up just for a nice little counter. You can bring your hand down and we will make our way to a seated position. So we'll come into a seated position and we are going to just do some neck rolls, some shoulder rolls, and then a few neck holds. So let's just start with, we'll drop our chin to chest, right ear, right shoulder, back, left ear, left shoulder, chin to chest. And really move mindfully and feel when you go in each direction, when it's ear to shoulder, you feel it coming up from that shoulder blade, up into that neck muscle. When you go toward the back, maybe you feel it here, down the throat muscles, into the chest, the other side. You know, these are some of our smaller muscles and they probably don't get as much attention as they need, but our neck is holding our head up all day. And then just the things that we do, looking, working, computers, and let's just do a few more in this direction and really feel into it. And again, use your hands. I know I'm getting stuck right over here. So if there's one area, one direction that you really want to give a little more attention to, feel free to stay there and massage in, you know, until it feels good, until your body has released. And then we'll take an inhale and we'll go in the opposite direction. So we'll chin to chest, left ear to left shoulder, around to the back, right ear to right shoulder. And we'll do that a few more times and the same applies. You know, you can use your hand, massage, get into that shoulder blade and really give yourself a nice, good massage. And breathe. We'll go around 2 more times. One more time. It really is just the little things. Now let's just try some shoulder shrugs. So shoulder up and down. Up and down. Inhale. Exhale. We'll do 2 more. Inhale and exhale. And so from here, we're going to go into eagle arms. So in eagle arms, you'll put your arms out wide and you'll bring them to, we will cross left arm under, right arm over. And once you cross, you can fold up. And if this is enough, this is going to give you a stretch across your back and into your shoulders. And think, raise your elbows in line with your shoulders. If that is enough, you can stay right here. If you want to go deeper, then you can complete the bind by twisting the wrist. Not twisting the wrist, but grabbing the wrist to complete the eagle arm. So decide what you need and then find your breath and settle in. Remember to sit up nice and tall, bring those elbows in line with your shoulders. That in and of itself is going to change the feeling of the stretch. If you have them down here, you might not feel anything, but just raising those arms. Oh. Remember, you're never stuck. So if you need to come out and go back in, you can. And breathe. A few more breaths here. So your next inhale, slowly release your bind. Take your arms out that wide. Maybe we do a little shoulder shrug or roll just to release it. Do side to side. Whatever you need before we head to the other side. And when you're ready, take your arms out wide. That time we did left arm under. So this time we'll do left arm over. Is that what we do? Yes. Do left arm over and fold it up. And if that's enough, you can stay here. If you want to take the full bind, you can just complete the twist. And remember to lift your elbows in line with your shoulder. And breathe. And breathe. Very nice. So your next inhale, slowly unwind. Your arms back out. And again, maybe you take a few shoulder shrugs to help release. Side to side. Yep. And so now we'll take our legs out in front and we're going to go into a wide-legged straddle. Doesn't have to be too wide. You don't want to be, you don't want pain. Now you can have a little bit of discomfort. You can push your body some, but no pain. And let's just go side to side to sort of open up the hips and all of that before we go into these holds. So we'll just go side to side, really just try to let your body flow, run your arms up and down. Yep. We'll do this 2 more times. And then we are going to do something called Sufi grinds or Sufi circles, which are, you are going to take the top part of your body and make a circle. So you can do this a few ways. You can either anchor by holding onto your legs. You can make the circular motion, which is going to result in some core work because you really have to use your core to move you through. You can ground your hands down onto the floor to help support you. So decide which variation you would like to take, and we'll go in one direction. Let's say we'll do 7 in one direction, and then we'll pause at the top, really let our bodies, let that energy settle, and then we'll go 7 in the other direction. So whichever direction you start on is up to you, but we'll start here. So this will be 1, and you can count 7 at your own pace. Go as fast or slow as your body needs. So for me, this is 2, and I'm going to silence myself. And I'll begin in the opposite direction. So if you're still taking your rounds, please continue. But next we are going to do some lateral stretches. So once you are complete with your soupy grinds, your soupy circles, you can join us. And so for this first set, we are going to reach. You want to take the right arm, you can take it to the foot or the floor. You want to think chest open, so not arched over your leg, more so to get this side body stretch and reach the top arm overhead. You want to make sure you have neck freedom so that your neck is not stiff or unable to move. You can point or flex your feet, maybe try both and see which one gives you the stretch that you need this evening. And then just find your breath and breathe. Remember to engage your core. It helps protect your lower back. And breathe. Remember to keep that shoulder back, chest open. We'll take 2 more breaths here. And 1 more. And so now we will shift our direction and curve over the leg. So now you want to think chin to shin. So come with the heart. If you have blocks, you can place your blocks on either side of your leg. And once you have found, as low as you are able, as low as you decide to go this evening in your practice, then you can arch your head over and just hang heavy and breathe. Now, 1 more breath here. Now, bear with me. We're going to go to the other direction, but I want you to stay low. So we're just going to walk as opposed to coming upright. Walk your hands over to the other direction. Settle your left hand down and then open up the chest. So now we are side stretch, lateral stretch on the right side. And then you can take your arm overhead. And again, you want to make sure you have neck freedom. You can point or flex your feet and play around with that. See what feels good. And breathe. You can really feel this all the way up from the hip socket and up that side body. 2 more breaths here. And one more. And now we're going to bring the right arm down, curve the body over the leg, reset. And once you found your position, you can rest your head or let your head hang heavy and breathe. And breathe. Two more breaths here. One more. And so we'll slowly, for your next inhale, just come towards center. You can come down to your elbows or on your blocks, or you can stay up on your hands. We're only going to stay in center for a few breaths, and then we'll roll up. So decide where you'll settle and find your breath. A few more breaths here. Two more. And one more. And so from here, let's slowly begin to walk your hands back. Nice and slowly. Roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Letting your head be the very last thing that comes up. Maybe you just take a little side to side. You can tuck your two fingers behind your legs to bring them in, nice and gently and mindfully. And let's take a few passes of windshield wiper. You can take them at any pace you would like. I just encourage you to do it mindfully. And so really feel into, we use windshield wiper sort of like a reset, but it's a good stretch in and of itself. And so if you really push into the leg, you can feel the stretch all up the lower back and the side body. So let's take a few more passes. And one more. And just to get that nice stretch in there. So now we are going to spin around and come down flat on our bellies. Okay. And we are going to go into Sphinx pose. So in Sphinx pose, you want to have your forearms on the mat, toes untucked, your gaze is forward, and you have a nice little back bend, and you breathe. Glutes are engaged, core is nice and tight, and breathe. So on your next inhale, let's take our gaze over our right shoulder. Two more breaths here. One more. And on your next inhale, you'll slowly come through center. Take your gaze over to your left and breathe. Two more breaths here. One more. Come back to center. And so now we're going to tuck our toes. We're going to press back to child's pose. We're going to take this child's pose closed leg. If that feels good, it's a good way to counter the back bend of Sphinx pose. So you keep your legs closed. You can bring your forehead to the mat. If you have a block, you can bring your forehead to the block and just bring your arms down by your side. And breathe. Few more breaths here. On your next inhale, we'll take our hands and slowly press up, nice and gently. Yep. And so from here, you can just make your way down to a seat, legs out in front, and we're going to make our way down onto our back. So flex your feet, arms reaching forward, engage your core, and roll down very gently, vertebrae by vertebrae, as controlled as possible. Down. Oh, right there, very nice. And from here, we're going to go into happy baby. So on happy baby, you want to draw your knees in. It's as if the soles of your feet are on the ceiling. You can either hold behind the knees, or you can reach and hold at the outer blades of your feet, and then open up wide and have the energy drawn down, soles of the feet toward the ceiling. And breathe. Ground your tailbone down and breathe. Notice if there's any tension in your shoulders, release it. Maybe you rock your baby side to side. Okay. Maybe you stretch one leg and hold, and stretch the other, and see what feels good. What does your body need this evening? Or maybe you just come right back here to the center and stay nice and grounded. And breathe. Release any tension here. Two more breaths. One more breath. Now slowly draw your feet in, soles of your feet together like a reclined butterfly. And let's just hold here for a few breaths. So you'll ground your tailbone down. You can clasp your hands around your feet. And we're in reclined butterfly. And breathe. So release your feet, slowly draw your knees in. You can place your feet down on the mat. And you'll take your right leg and cross it over the left knee. We're gonna come into reclined pigeon. So cross it over and then draw the left knee in, and you can clasp behind the left leg. If you're near a wall, you can anchor the left foot on the wall. If you have a strap, you can use that to go behind the left leg. And then just settle in and breathe. Two more breaths. Release any tension. One more breath. And release your leg. Lower the left leg down. Uncross the right. Maybe you take a quick pass, a windshield wiper. When you're ready, take that left leg, cross it over the right knee, and draw it up. And then see if you can reach behind the right leg and draw it in and hold and breathe. Release any tension in your shoulders if you notice any. Few more breaths here. Two more. And one more. You can release and slowly lower down. Unfold the other leg, maybe take a pass of windshield wiper, and we're gonna go into supported waterfall. If you have a block, you can use it. If you don't, that's fine. Press the soles of your feet into the mat, press your hips up, and place the block at your lower back. And then we'll just take the feet straight up into the air. So if you don't have a block, you would just take legs up the wall or legs up in the air. And maybe you point and flex. Maybe you do some ankle circles. Whatever you need to help loosen up those joints. Inversions are so good, especially at the end of the night. They are a good way to relax and decompress. So once you have loosened up your ankles, just settle in and find your breath. Breathe. So on your next inhale, slowly bend your leg. If you place the block, press your hips up and remove the block. And now just take any last minute movements before we prepare for Shavasana. So maybe you take some windshield wipers. Maybe you squeeze in for one more full wind relieving pose. Circle at the top. Maybe you just do a full body stretch. Maybe you are ready for Shavasana now. And if you are, please feel free to find rest. So slowly begin to bring your awareness back into the space. Wiggle your toes, flutter your eyelids. Maybe you wiggle your fingers. And when you're ready, roll over onto your favorite side. You can curl your legs up. Use your arm as a pillow, as a rest. We end our practice in Shavasana, which is corpse pose, pose of surrender. And then we come here into fetal posture, which is a reminder of new beginning. And as is with life, with each ending, there's an opportunity to step into a new beginning. When you are ready, you can use your hand to press yourself up to a seated position facing your computer screen. You can bring your hands to heart center if that is in your practice. I appreciate you for taking time for yourself to practice on this Thursday evening and allowing me to be a part of your practice and guiding you through. I greatly appreciate it and I do not take it lightly. You can bring your hands to the space between your eyebrows, your third eye center, your intuition space. The light in me sees, honors, and appreciates the light in both of you. Namaste.